will settle back and enjoy it. Maybe we'll get one of those magnificent Mac finishes in this one in a game that, who knows, could get into the 80s, Tony White. We'll see how it plays out. This is Austin. Central Michigan with the basketball. Roundtree to fire up that long three. Central Michigan. Now both these squads, by the way, 22-win teams, Tony. Both of them with 22 wins on the season. So, you know, as game number 4, Kent State, 5 seed, Central Michigan. There's Kent State with that 4 seed got the bye on Monday night right here to the quarterfinals. Central Michigan came up with a home win. That's Jalen Walker. And the top scorer per game in the Mid-American Conference, not able to get that to fall. The average is better than 21 a game. A lot of ball screens for Central Michigan. And again, as we said, they'd like to get Austin and Roundtree involved. Shot clock will come to 6. And this is Sean Roundtree. Shot clock at 1. Did Montgomery get that off?
That touched the rim. I think both these teams are a little nervous and they've got to get a little settled down. Certainly on the Central Michigan side from the offensive end, you know, they moved the ball well around, but weren't able to get any penetration, and that left them with 2 desperation shots.
Well, these squads get shoot-arounds in here, and they get a practice, you know, but a little bit different in a cavernous NBA arena where of course, the proximity with either walls or just arenas in particular, a lot different than a college game.
And when the game gets started, it's a lot different because now you realize, look, well, these are 2 teams that are not at-large NCAA tournament teams. So if they don't win this game, the season is likely over. And that you think about that, but that doesn't hit you until you actually get out there and you start playing. And it's a team that I think handles that best, has an advantage.
That's an offensive.
So try to do it the old-fashioned way with the offensive foul.
A little bit of pressure from Central Michigan. Austin and Roundtree, they very rarely come off the floor, Tony. Both of them average close to 35 minutes a game for Keno Davis. Trying to make something happen in the paint was Kent State's Antonio Williams. Never got the shot off. DeLeo on that leaner that goes. That's David DeLeo, the 6'7" junior out of Iowa City. I'm sure Keno Davis's dad, Dr. Tom Davis, he knows about maybe the recruiting help came from there to get a young man from Iowa City.
Maybe. Dr. Tom Davis, of course, for a long time Iowa coach. Great coach of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Take away that.
Both these teams a little jumpy in their offense. Nobody's got any rhythm right now. Nobody's making shots. DeLeo with a nice move in the last possession by Central Michigan, but everybody's still struggling a little bit.
Yeah, Dr. Tom Davis from Boston College, and Iowa fan. Keno's done a terrific job with his program.
Nice rip.
C.J. Williamson for the first that after that real strong rip. First bucket of the afternoon for Kent State.
And now C.J. Williams, you see the look on his face. He's excited to play defense. Defense turned into 2 points and a dunk.
That long-range triple is right there from Dallas Morgan. Dallas Morgan is a 6'1" junior. He's checked down the floor.
All right.
Speaking of threes, Jalen Walker says, I'm the leading scorer in the Mid-American Conference.
I think they started to settle in now.
Yeah.
From that nervous start, I think everybody started to settle and getting the long guns out.
Back-to-back threes. Roundtree. He'll bury that tray.
Here we go. What you can do, I can do better.
Back-to-back threes on the offensive end for Central Michigan. Williams got shut off. Whittington, a little bit too firm on that jump hook in the paint. DeLeo's got the basketball with numbers now. Roundtree.
It takes you a couple of years to get those players in. get them acclimated to your system and what you want to do, and then you're supposed to have success, and that's what Keno Davis has had.
DeLeo on
Nice.
the pull-up jumper. He's got a pretty stroke, doesn't he, Tony? I mean, that's you've seen 2 of those pull-up Jays, not just looking to shoot the long ball 3.
Yeah, and he's known as a three-point shooter guy. I mean, this is a kid who comes in with 86 threes on the year, but his impact so far has been with that little dribble and patience on his shot inside the three-point line. Looked good on both of them.
Central Michigan by 5. Now this is Keon Frederick, who had the basketball ripped away. Frederick, who wears number 3, 6'9" senior out of Columbus. That's a strong take from Larry Austin. Austin, who averages close to 18 a game on the run to the rim.
And a nice pass by Rob Montgomery as Austin cut. Montgomery had the ball on the post and saw Austin making a move for the bucket and gave him a nice little handoff.
Central Michigan opened up a 7-point advantage. That's Jalen Walker. Got that ball screen 3, and that's going to give opportunities for players like C.J. Williamson, Antonio Williams, Philip Whittington, all to get opportunities, and they've cashed in on it. Central Michigan looking to add to this early 7-point lead. Roundtree thought about looking at Montgomery. Jalen Avery defending Roundtree on the blow-by. That's an offensive foul on.
Take the block and take the charge. I tell you, that was an important call because Jalen Walker already has 1 foul. If that had been called a blocking foul, that would have been his 2nd foul. He's only the leading scorer in the MAC. that had been kind of important for Kent State. Right. That was a big call early in this game.
Williams had to give it up. That's Jalen Avery. His first triple of the afternoon wouldn't fall. And Central Michigan always looking to get out in transition. Excellent defensive play there that denied Austin. But how about Austin staying with it and got his own stick back to go?
And the Chippewas just beating Kent State for the ball right now. You can see there's more pep in the step for Central Michigan than Kent State. And Kent State needs to pick it up. This is tournament basketball. Time to get a little more.
Peterson. Now with Junior. He was a part of the bench bunch for Rob Senderoff. Now Peterson's got to go high to keep that inbound pass alive.
Nice job by Larry Austin to challenge that.
Look at Walker off the step back.
Oh.
That's pure, everybody. Jalen Walker.
Nice.
Step back 3, so hard to contest, aren't they, Tony?
Oh, it's almost impossible when you have a player that you have to respect his ability to drive. Larry Austin able to just kind of gain just a little bit of a crease and use that with a fadeaway jump shot from deep.
Pull Kent State back to within 6 in game number 2 in MAC Championship Week. A lot of contact there, but Larry Austin says, I'll take the contact and still finish among the bigs.
Yeah, he did a good job there with playing through that contact. There was a lot of it, as you said.
Now Whittington will back down. Went strong off the glass. Like that. There's still room for that in the college game, huh?
A little bit.
That deep triple from Central Michigan.
Realized that, picked it up, and it's not a coincidence that the score has come closer. I mean, that you've seen Kent State on a little bit of a run. Now Central Michigan going to press them and see Kent State can handle the basketball.
And as you and I know, both these teams want to play fast.
Yeah,
that's what they do. Anthony Roberts on the floor now. Wears number 15 with Jalen Avery. And of course, the top scorer in the Mid-American Conference, Jalen Walker. This is Avery on the take. Roberts will attack the hole. A lot of contact, more contact. As now in his 8th season, was a long-time assistant coach here, and Senderoff has had some terrific years. He took in the 2nd season, a couple seasons ago, I should say, he took Kent State to the NCAA tournament. They've been a postseason squad 3 different times under his direction. Kent State now on the offensive end, and that's not going to drop for Antonio Williams. Central Michigan by 6 with that, as we told you in the open of the show, a very aggressive backcourt with Larry Austin, Sean Roundtree. Both these teams like to play high octane, like the game in the 80s. Don't have any problem with that. Shot clock at 5 for Roundtree. Off the spin. He got drilled, and that is going.
Got himself well positioned on the spin, so that Roundtree couldn't see him when he spun. He spun right into Roberts, leading to the offensive foul.
Kent State now. They want to find Whittington again. Going to back his way down. You said you liked that basketball the last time they found him on the left block. He delivered again.
Isolate and take him down there and be stronger than your opponent. And until Central Michigan figures out a way to stop that, Whittington just keep going.
That's the first misfire of the afternoon on the field goal attempt for David DeLeo. And now veteran referee, as I was mentioning a moment ago, was assistant coach here at Kent State for 3 seasons. And this Kent State program has been one of the bellwethers, one of the real dominant Mid-American Conference programs in the basketball court over the last close to 20 years now. Walker's got to fire up that 3 with the shot clock running out.
Yeah, nice job by DeLeo there, both on defense and the block out and the rebound. That was a tremendous half-court possession from a guy who didn't get anything on the stat sheet other than that rebound.
Well, Whittington.
Nice play again by him.
And Whittington told Central Michigan.
Almost made that part. Threw that over his head. That would have been a nice circle shot. But DeLeo, I thought he's had a very good first half so far. He's been playing, putting his nose in there in tough situations, playing good defense and making shots.
He's on the move baseline and going to unload that jumper.
I like the aggressive play.
Yeah. Now Morgan will fire up that step back 3 that's right there. He's a 6'1 junior. And that rainbow 3 that went down for Dallas Morgan to up the lead. It was Slip Whittington who flushed.
Antonio Williams serving that up on a plate for Philip Williams. I mean, that's the type of shot you want to have as a big guy, easy.
Clean look at 3 from Central Michigan's Kevin McKay. Kent State to the offensive end, down by 5. A great look inside as Williams, a terrific pass to Akeem Frederick. Frederick's got his first bucket of the afternoon. Akeem Frederick, a young man that 6'9", out of Columbus, Sinclair High School, capital city. But a left-handed jump hook laid on the rim and wouldn't drop for Rob Montgomery. And now Kent State could get back to 1, maybe tie it with a triple. Frederick from deep. Long range 3 again from Dallas Morgan. So I'm thinking Dallas Morgan has never met a shot he didn't like, and neither has chatting with Central Michigan's David DeLeo. DeLeo already with a couple of jumpers that he's made and 5 boards to face Central Michigan, and this is DeLeo. A jumper in the paint, he's going to get to the free throw line.
In this game that I bet you Kent State and their coaching staff were not anticipating, and it's giving a little bit of grit to this Central Michigan first half.
Well, DeLeo with a couple of free throw makes, he's got 6. And then on the floor for Kent State, that's Anthony Roberts with the basketball, freshman. Akeem Frederick. Yeah, Walker wanted that off that ball screen, didn't he? He wanted
to shoot it. Good job by Central Michigan to keep him from shooting it.
Hey, Akeem Frederick is giving Rob Senderoff some offense off the bench. And now did Central Michigan throw that away? All even at 21 apiece. And here comes Philip Whittington back in. And Frederick said, wait a minute, I made a couple of buckets. He rejected a shot. Come on, coach. I got to stay on the floor, right?
No player who's made a shot expects that horn to be for him.
Out wheeling and dealing in the paint. Good D by Frederick as he was able to deny Kevin McKay of getting his shot to the rim. Jalen Avery hoist that long-range 3, and it curled out on him.
Wow. That's a long three early in the shot clock.
DeLeo with that pure stroke of his, and that also wouldn't stay down.
Times it's almost like a contest who can shoot faster in the shot clock from deepest.
Yeah, again, this is what these two teams do. I mean, there's there's no false impressions from either one of them. It's what they do every night they compete. Whittington, contact on DeLeo. Whittington just overpowered David DeLeo and dropped it home. Austin all the way to the other end. Whittington with that get out of here shot reject.
Nice pass.
Williamson from deep. Kent State crowd would have exploded had that gone down. Look at Roundtree. Push the pace. Roundtree will fire and fill up the triple.
Back and forth now. Everybody up and down.
Put Central Michigan back on top by one.
That was a flurry. Both these teams up and down, playing hard. Now everybody's out there playing hard.
Gotta love it. March, right?
Guys in the pole, yeah, there's
tournament time.
DeLeo's going to get that foul because, I mean, they've been letting it go a little bit.
With Chris Collins and the Wildcats.
Yep.
Whittington with a make as he split the pair. Kent State on top by one as we've gone back and forth.
Kent State forced to run some offense, not a transition situation where you score in transition and take a quick shot. Got to run some offense. Can Central Michigan do that?
Austin with a leaner. Keeping it alive on the offensive glass, but not able to finish that for
on the glass, not giving up. The little guys down there, a bunch of guards down there rebounding and drawing the foul, getting a new possession out of this.
Sophomore B.J. Dooling is going to check in for Kent State. He wears number 2. Montgomery over the top of Dooling, didn't go down. Look at Richard McKay on the offensive glass. Kevin McKay.
Central Michigan with the pounding the glass. Last 2 possessions, 3 offensive rebounds, really leading to 4 points. That's a big advantage. If you're able to offensive rebound like that consistently, you can win the game just off the offensive glass with that type of play.
Well, Whittington watched the ball on that left block. I understand why. He's been good there, but he didn't finish that. Austin will turn that corner, get all the way to the rack and deliver. Trying to defend in transition. That can get away from you at times, can it? Because as you said, it's about man awareness. And
absolutely.
Yeah.
Transition defense is its own part of the game. You work on that in practice, as just like you work on your offense or your half-court defense. Transition defense is a part of the game that either goes well if it doesn't, and if it doesn't go well, it affects everything else in the game.
Sure. Now Austin again in a hurry. Pretty pass inside to McKay. That would have counted had it gone. This is his main thrust. We're going to run and put a lot of pressure on the opposing teams, as we just talked about, to see if they can be solid in transition defense against us.
And I'll tell you, a team that scores well in transition is a demoralizing team to play against, because you either make a shot or you miss a shot, and they're right in your face, scoring points or taking it at you. And that becomes it wears on you mentally.
Sure. Well, Jalen Avery had a clean look at 3. Jalen Walker, the Mac's best point producer per night, is back on the floor for Kent State. That's senior backcourt, Jalen Walker, Jalen Avery. Central Michigan's up 5 again as we come inside the 4-minute mark. McKay off the spin.
Nice pass.
Terrific look. Romello Burrell ball was going to best fit him. And again, without Danny Pippen this year, he's done a terrific job. Terrific.
He's having a terrific game so far to start. His physical play really been a factor that Central Michigan has struggled to deal with offensively and defensively.
Let's see what Kent State gets in this half-court look now. Down by 7.
Give it to the big guy again. Get it to him.
You like that? Yeah.
Feed him.
Well, he wants it. He's going to come out and set that ball screen up top. Roberts turned the corner, went off glass.
Rebound.
Look at Whittington on the offensive glass and going strong for another bucket. He's got a dozen.
Going up and fetching it off the glass and taking it in with heart.
Ball movement from Central Michigan. Look at him move the basketball for Roundtree to stroke that three. Give me 3 of those, says Sean Roundtree.
Pretty half-court offense that time by Central Michigan. Great ball movement, reversing it, drilled the shot.
Jalen Avery cannot answer Roundtree. Look at Larry Austin. Austin with the speed. Whittington had a hand on that. Central Michigan moving the basketball. Montgomery to unload the 3 off the back heel. Roundtree to fire the 3 as the possession was kept alive.
Relentless. That's how you describe that Central Michigan possession. Relentless, passing the ball, looking to get into the lane. Now the steal. And a 2-on-2 fast break that becomes a foul on Avery.
Illinois, Sean Roundtree wasn't able to connect though. On that front end of the 1 and bonus as we come near the 2-minute mark left in this first half. We have going up and down with plenty of 94 feet excitement. Roberts is going to step back and he'll knock out that triple.
Tough shot by Anthony Roberts, a kid coming in averaging less than 6 points. Going to take that shot deep in a pressure situation for Kent State. Give him a gold star for having a stiff upper lip there.
With his team down 11.
Right.
You know, yeah.
I mean,
wow. True freshman.
Freshmen don't know anything. That's why he did it.
Well, a lot of contact there. Montgomery got hit with an offensive foul.
And took the shot to the chest and did the appropriate thing, which is a minor flop, just to emphasize the fact that there was contact.
Minor
flop.
All right.
Minor flop. Good job.
We'll put it in the minor
That's
category.
because the contact was enough that you could sell the flop effectively. He did that, so you give him that.
Sell it, so it's only minor because you got it done. Roberts again, turning that corner. That floater didn't go down. Oh, Larry Austin continuing to attack. Roundtree will speed.
I mean, Central Michigan in transition, they are so effective with the basketball in creating a wide open shot, whether it's going at the rim or shooting the perimeter. Just tremendous transition basketball.
Another great look from Jalen Avery to Akian Frederick. 6'9" Frederick, who's got 3 hoops in this first half. Yeah, 3 for 6 from the floor with a couple of boards. Austin got pushed. It's trust, Tony, how much confidence they have in Larry Austin to just run the show, back it off when you have to. Very smart.
And that having a guard, a point guard like that, who can score, who can distribute, you can trust doesn't turn the ball over a lot, that makes your team so much better than if you don't have that type of a player.
Oh yeah, about a 9-second differential game in shot clock. Look at Austin.
Way to jump that. Great hustle.
Larry Austin
without a foul, and then hustled his rear end off onto the floor to create the jump ball possession. That was a tremendous play.
Yeah, shot clock at 2. Whittington again on the offensive glass.
Big man.
Got the hard hat on today, flexing the muscles. Philip Whittington. With 1 second left, Larry, remind all of you MAC fans, the Myrtle Beach area, popularly known as the Grand Strand, stretches all the way from Little River to Pawleys Island along that South Carolina coast. It's home to 60 miles of sandy beaches, plenty of sunshine, something for all of you to enjoy. Visit myrtlebeach.com on the website. You plan your vacation today. And visiting the rim with a quick make in the half court is Rob Montgomery, his first field goal hit of the day, Tony.
The pink polka dotted elephant for Central Michigan, the half-court score out of your half-court offense. They've been scoring in a lot of different ways, not much out of their half-court offense. Good side for Central Michigan. They come out and score officially in that half-court offense to start the second half.
Williams going to fire up that 3. Williamson will fill it up at C.J. Williamson. And partner, 22 points a game per night, leading scorer in the MAC. Jalen Walker only a couple of makes. How does Kent State start to try to get him free off ball screens?
Well, you know, I think that Central Michigan's doing a very good job of doubling him whenever they have an opportunity. One good way is for him to create his own foul, own steals, and then get in transition. Guys leaving other Kent State guys to come double Jalen Walker. Somebody's got to start making consistent threes like Williamson did in that first possession for Kent State. That makes it much more difficult for Central Michigan to slough off of Walker and because now they're going to get hurt by those open threes being made by their players.
Kent State squad on the year at 34% from deep. But, I mean, they take a volume of 617 threes taken. So you can do the math at 31 games. A pretty pass inside, but not able to finish was Antonio Williams.
Central Michigan very fortunate. Defensive lapse there, allowing Kent State a layup off the inbounds play. Just didn't finish. That's the only reason those 2 points didn't go down.
The winner of this one gets top seeded. Buffalo's Bulls, who won their 10th straight today. McKay on the kickout. Off that spin to the rim again.
When you get a good passing team in transition to a half court, a lot of times that does translate. You get a lot of good passes. And I think we saw in the last possession where Central Michigan moved the ball very effectively side to side and gave them an opportunity to go to the free throw line.
Half-court offense is a beautiful thing when the basketball's moving, bodies are moving.
It gets tough when everybody just kind of stands around and looks at each other, but you got to move, you got to cut, keep the ball moving. Too long in one person's hand.
Shot clock at 4. Boy,
Nice
Jalen
play.
Walker got picked, stolen away by Kevin McKay. Running the floor is Montgomery off the excellent look from Larry Austin.
Jalen Walker talked to the official about how he got contact. You got to be stronger than that. I mean, I know you're leading scorer in the MAC, but you got to be stronger than that with the ball in the half court.
Now Jalen Avery to tee up the three.
Nice
Look
board.
at Walker's stops. How about Jalen? Just exploded with the offensive board and the short follow-up.
Both these teams playing with a lot of intensity right now. You can see that this game has bumped up a couple notches as everybody starts to realize we're getting this.
Michigan, Rob Senderoff, Kent State. Very, very strong programs. And, yeah, they both love to get up and down and play the game in the 80s.
Antonio Williams right now all over Sean Roundtree, really making his day difficult out there. Nice pass.
The no look that Austin corralled. Shot clock at 1, and was that
with that hook? Because Kent State really collapsed very effectively when Larry Austin made that pass and got that catch, he was forced to make that hook to get himself some maneuvering room.
What does Kent State get in this half-court possession? Walker. Shot clock at 3. Now Williams will attack the rim. Look at Whittington, another man-size offensive board. You like 17 and 7 points and boards for this young man. You know what I love? He's done the 17 on just 10 shots.
And we're not to the first TV time out of the second half. He's on his way to a monster game.
Philip Whittington paying huge dividends for Rob Senderoff in that Kent State front court. Lead down to 5. This is Larry Austin being hounded by Jalen Walker.
Tough shot.
Roundtree to raise up. It was contested by Williams. Walker gonna raise up. Ring it up. Walker.
You feel the momentum slipping a little bit towards Kent State right now. Kent State able to make a couple effort plays, and then their leading scorer comes down and buries a transition jumper. And you can see in the energy of their defense is up on Central Michigan, causing a little havoc for Central Michigan in their half-court offense.
Absolutely, but swatted by Whittington. McKay got revoked. Williams all the way to the...
Kent State using their own transition offense to bring this game to a one-point game. You can see the intensity now flowing on the defense for Kent State, really looking to create some opportunities in that time, and that is get up and down the court.
Those last couple of half-court Central Michigan possessions, here it is again. They put trap pressure on the basketball, Tony, and almost pushed as that foul is going to get Sean Roundtree to the line. Keno Davis was in discussion with Larry Austin and Sean Roundtree about the pressure that's being applied in their half-court. Central Michigan's lead is now at a couple after Roundtree split the pair. Whittington, he and DeLeo righting your screen on that block. A ball screen from Whittington for Jalen Avery. Avery, that tough triple that just got to the side of the rim. Look at Austin push. Larry Austin, count that! Austin! Tony, I know this young man is a load to defend. Yeah. Coach said, yeah, stay in front of him. Okay.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah. So Austin connecting from the line. So finish it off that three-point trip. He's got 12. Remember we told you about the backcourts when we came on the air today, and Sean Roundtree and Larry Austin combined for 28 of the Central Michigan points. Shot clock now is going to come to 5. Whittington powers his way off the left block.
I almost heard a beeping sound like when you put your truck in reverse and it beeps.
Yeah.
I almost heard a beeping sound as he took him right back into the rim like that.
DeLeo didn't get his runner to go. Now Kent State down by 3. Get back within 1, maybe to tie it. Jalen Avery.
Nice
the
tip.
stick back is going to from Kent State's Akeem Frederick.
Nice aggressive tip by Frederick going to the rim.
DeLeo with that quick trigger 3 from deep that didn't go down. Now Kent State could grab the lead. Jalen Walker got the roll to put Kent State on top by 1.
I understand DeLeo's a good shooter, but I have a feeling Keno Davis would have liked a little shot clock run there, because Kent State, when they have the ball right now, they feel pretty darn good. And I think way around.
Sure. If you're Keno Davis, what was your thrust of message during that timeout?
Though we got to get back to that energy we had in the first half. Kent State was right now dictating the energy and the pace. Central Michigan back on their heels. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and be more aggressive.
We'll see if that takes place. Shot clock already at 4. Austin on his way to the bucket, and he's going to get to the free throw line.
That's the difference. If you can create a little separation and a little seam, then can you get yourself small with the ball so you can get in there so the contact happens and now you're shooting free throws.
Yeah, with the ball.
Yep, with the ball. You got to bring that with you.
Yeah, exactly. Central Michigan back by 1 as Austin hits a pair from the line. Larry Austin's got 14. Mitch Peterson back on the floor for Kent State. Whittington. That short J off that left block didn't go. Walker to fire a 3. Peterson will save again. And now the reach
leading to the foul. That's like 4 possessions in 1 trip down the court for Kent State.
Well, the energy and the tempo has worn the gold and midnight blue, but look at Larry Austin. Austin just created another reach-in.
Avery had no choice but to grab hold of it.
And when you're beating Jalen Avery and Jalen Walker, you're beating 2 of the quickest guards that we have in the match.
Larry Austin showing how quick he is with that basketball, both hands.
They come off the Burrell ball screen. Had to pick it up there. This is Morgan. Will launch and lace that rainbow 3.
Wow, Dallas Morgan. Burying. I mean, that was a tough shot. A lot of Central Michigan guys standing around watching Morgan do something with the ball, and he bailed them out. And now Central Michigan going to a little bit of a zone. And a little bit of a curveball at Kent State, trying to slow them down with all of the momentum Kent State has had in their offense. Tough shot.
Walker and a step back 3, drew some wind. Peterson's got another offensive board, and it leads to the Kent State bucket from Akeem Frederick. Central Michigan quickly to the other end. Count that.
The real question is, if Kent State's able to win this game, what's his availability for tomorrow? Because what happens is after that adrenaline stops, you take that shoe off, that's a different story right there.
Well, C.J. Williamson has come back on the floor, the 6'6 junior. Wears number 1 for Kent State out of Orlando, Florida. So we keep tabs.
Jalen Walker's at the scorer's table. He's coming back in. Next dead ball.
Shot clock at 5. Peterson. Shot clock at 1. Frederick gave it up, and firing that 3 that didn't go was Williamson. Look at a sprint to the offensive end, led by Larry Austin, who found the flying Dallas Morgan for the lay-in bucket.
very nice pass by Austin and a very good finish by Dallas Morgan. That was a tough layup to make.
From their opponents this year. So right now, Jalen Walker's back on the floor. It's Jalen Walker, Jalen Avery, Philip Whittington, along with Antonio Williams and Mitch Peterson. The 5 for Rob Senderoff as we're going to hit the halfway point in this second half. Slapped that up, and along with Rob Montgomery and David DeLeo. Dallas Morgan. So there's your 10 on the floor. Shot clock at 3. Walker to trigger. Drew some rim.
Well, we got out from behind, and that was the foul. The little shove from behind on the rebound gives Kent State yet another offensive possession. Like an offensive rebound, multiple possessions for Kent State every trip down the court.
Peterson went up and got it. It's a fresh shot clock for Kent State now. Peterson in that double team, and Austin stepped to the passing lane. On the fly, Larry Austin.
Textbook how you defeat a two-guy transition defense.
And once again, as we talked about a few minutes ago, his ability to make himself small and contort his body through small seams.
Right.
The lead is now at 10. Williams to cut into it. Kent State trying to climb that offensive glass, but Morgan is coming away. Dallas Morgan, and now put it in the hands of Larry Austin. Austin again, heading to the rack and finishing on the left side of the iron.
Against a 6'9" forward.
Jalen Walker a little bit out of control, and look out, Austin's on the run again. Crossed over, got to the hole, this one didn't go. Avery's going to quick trigger. That 3 came rattling out. Up and down. But Kent State had the momentum when they finally took the lead, and since that time, it's been a 15-2 Central Michigan run.
Well, Central Michigan has matched that intensity and that energy and upped it. You know, in poker vernacular, call raise. I mean, that's what we got going on here with the Chippewas.
Shot clock running down. You heard it go off as Kevin McKay could not connect on the 3.
Got to get a good shot here if you're Kent State. Oh, that was a good shot. Just couldn't put it down, good Whittington.
Rattled out on big Philip Whittington, who's had a tremendous performance today. That left-handed triple, and you can ring that baby up for Dallas Morgan. And the Central Michigan sideline explodes. 14 points, and has been terrific as that extra offensive weapon off the bench for Keno Davis.
Really giving Central Michigan a great extra weapon that they need with Larry Austin on the court. It's easy if you just focus on him. If you have somebody else, it becomes much more difficult to guard Larry Austin.
Kent State, you mentioned it a moment ago, now having to operate against this Central.
Want to, sure. You haven't been able to make them and then turn around and rebound.
16 foul on Central Michigan, so with 7:26 to go, it's 7, of course. The team starts shooting the one in bonus. And there's 7. There's a firm on that first one from Whittington. Yep, killers. And look at McKay going to the hole. Kevin McKay, strong drive, strong take with a finish. It's now a 17-point lead. Tough shot. Walker never got it to the rim. Williams will attack. McKay's got another board, and it's in the hands of Austin. No look pass at the rim delivered. Austin's pass to Romello Burrell was a beauty, and Central Michigan is trying to put the nail on Kent State. Jalen Walker gets 3 back on the face-up knockdown.
This onslaught by Central Michigan has really caused Kent State to lose their composure on the offensive end. We're seeing a lot of bad shots by Kent State. They're just not able. You could see that they felt the game slipping away. and they weren't able to do anything about it. So they kind of lost their discipline, and now suddenly are taking a lot of bad shots. Is Kent State on the offensive end?
Morgan again, that rainbow three back rim. Look at Whittington Sky. Every possession, Tony just mentioned it, every possession enormous for Kent State. Avery, he's going to get to the free throw line as he got pushed, says
really fast, but mentally slow. And there's
control.
Right, under control, slow, methodical about it. Mentally, but physically, you're going very fast. And if you can get in that space, you're gonna find yourself just scoring a lot of points.
Some mere mortals are just unable to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Takes a lot of gifts, a lot of prowess, like Larry Austin has. Excellent double team by Kent State. Austin just picked the pocket of Whittington. McKay. Finally, the third opportunity at the rim went down. Started again by Larry Austin.
Great steal by Austin and a great no-look pass to start that layup barrage.
The freshman, Anthony Roberts, with that we're talking about. You might say, no, that's not a good shot. And he stroked it to bring Kent State back to within 13 with 5 left. Austin got the pretty look from Dallas Morgan.
And again, Kent State starting to lose their discipline. You're starting to see it at the defensive end too, taking bad shots on offense like that one. And on defense, taking the ball away from other guards he's playing one-on-one. He's had a great defensive game on top of what he's done on the offensive side.
And now for Austin at Central Michigan, this big 15-point lead in the late stages of this MAC quarterfinal. Morgan to raise up. Jalen Walker aboard. Every possession so vital now for Kent State. Jalen Avery is going to get to the free throw line now for Kent State. Fredericks had a strong performance today. 10 points for Rob Senderoff in 20 minutes.
Against any other team, I think you'd see Kent State pressing the ball a little bit, trying to get some transition turnovers, but not against Central Michigan. You press them, you're giving them an avenue straight to the rim to score some points. This time Kent State did the half-court press to try and keep them out of that transition and to create the turnover, and it worked.
Yeah, well, Kevin McKay, not only free throw, Walker rolled the second one home. So, I mean, it's down to a 13-point deficit for Kent State. Now press 4. And for Central Michigan, although Roundtree will miss his first. Central Michigan has 4 players with 4. Jalen Walker didn't get it to go, but how about the big Philip Whittington with a stick back? It's down to 10.
A little pressure again by Kent State. Not necessarily looking to trap in the backcourt, but looking to trap right away off the half-court stripe.
But since that time, it has been all Central Michigan. 52-51 when Kent State took the lead earlier in the second half. And since that time, a 28-15 burst for Central Michigan.
Burst is right.
Avery to turn the corner and got that to go down.
Tough shot. Now comes the pressure again to see if Central Michigan can handle the basketball without turning it over.
Central Michigan lead is 10. Can they finish? Can they close?
Run a little clock to Central Michigan. Not in a hurry to score.
Roundtree. Gave it up inside. Austin with a shot clock at 7. Got it rejected by Whittington. Kent State can get their deficit under double digits here. Walker off the show and go. Williams from deep. Got it. He's tripled. Kent State not done yet. Down by 7.
Great pass by Jalen Walker to not force that shot. That's called playing with composure. Something we didn't see a few minutes ago. Don't force that shot. Kick it back out to a wide open Antonio Williams.
Well, they got Central Michigan. See right there in the middle of your screen, they got Larry Austin now. Foul line extended right without the basketball. McKay went up and under. Oh, that's a big reverse that goes down.
Nice post move by McKay against big Philip Whittington right there ready to block that shot.
Williamson will fire the triple. Walker's got another offensive board.
That's a huge rebound for Kent State. Huge.
Jalen Walker to
shot.
fire the three. Dallas Morgan with the board. We're down to 1:40 left. And Larry Austin got fouled by, when you got it going, it can rattle a couple of times and go off glass and still go down.
Degree of difficulty high on that one.
He's got 23. That's Jalen Avery. Whittington's got an offensive board. Walker off the step back and bangs home that three.
It wasn't a good shot, but he made it.
Now the quick reach-in foul from Kent State's C.J. Williamson. Kent State and then had to play in that first round game that they won on Monday nights. So Roundtree hits a couple. Back to a 10-point game, but now the difficulty for Kent State with just 70 seconds left. Look at Walker pull the trigger.
Again, tough shot. I mean, just a tough shot.
Morgan. Not a good decision there.
Probably would have been, I know he had a 3-on-1 transition. Probably would have been better served just to pull it back out, run him a little bit clock, get a foul, and go to the free throw line and make it.
We're inside 60 seconds left. Avery is going to get to the free throw line as Tree hit them both. Roundtree joins his partner Larry Austin. Austin with 23, Roundtree with 20. And there Central Michigan is going to love. Jalen Avery goes to the hole. It's an 8-point Central Michigan advantage and more free throws coming. They'll split the pair. It's a 9-point game. Avery. Float it up. That may just about do it. Dallas Morgan. And got pushed. And Morgan's going to go to the free throw line as Keene Frederick gave him a little bit of a love chunk. There you go. So, Tony White, we are going to advance the number 5 seed here. Keno Davis and his Central Michigan Chippewas as their aggressiveness on display again. This 94-foot game they play, and they're going to have an opportunity, another opportunity to tangle with the top seed, the Buffalo Bulls, tomorrow night as Jalen Walker and Jalen Avery, the senior backcourt for Kent State, leaves the floor.
It's going to be an interesting game against Buffalo. Central Michigan is going to have to get up and down that court, I think, to score enough points to stick with Buffalo, but they can do it. And Central Michigan is a dynamic offense when they're playing well in transition, but they've got to play well in transition.
Whittington's got a stick back. Boy, how about Larry Austin in Central Michigan? You can book this